now we're going to toss to Seattle. We went to Seattle right as Queensrÿche was releasing their record that, of course, is out in your stores right now. And now let's go to Seattle. It's the Best of 94 show on the Headbangers Ball. You've heard now, they've got a new record out. It's coming out Tuesday. The record is called Promised Land. And I'll tell you, a lot of people haven't heard of this. Sometimes when a major band like Queensrÿche will release a record, a lot of the industry people hear it or radio stations get to hear it, but they have been real hush-hush about it. And we've got the record, and let me tell you what they're going to be doing. As far as a record release party, this is like the coolest thing. They're going to be having this huge museum of flight, right? It's like the Boeing Museum, and they've got 1,500 headphones. And 1,500 people and fans and all over the place are going to be sitting in this museum tonight and listening to the brand new Queensrÿche album on headphones. 1,500 people, 1,500 headphones. It's going to be wild. Well, it's going to be hanging out with all the guys in Queensrÿche. Oh, and you might be wondering, how does Queensrÿche get to this movie party, their album release party they're doing tonight? Chris DeGarmo, who has a flying license, is going to be flying the entire band in. So it's going to be very cool. Also, we're going to have a world premiere from IMI, the new Queensrÿche video. So it's a whole night, us hanging out with Queensrÿche, checking out some of the new album, telling you what you think about it. It's going to be out Tuesday. It's called Promised Land. And also, just to go away from Queensrÿche for 1 second, also tonight we've got the new Slayer video, which I know you dig. But right now, let's start it off with Queensrÿche. Here is Empire. Back on the Headbangers Ball, and I read the memo that said if you interview in Queensrÿche that everybody has to wear black. So if you're thinking that there's something, even the carpet is black, none more black. So the last time that we saw you wasn't in London, or was it? Have we seen you since then?
Unknown.
You don't even remember. How about you? Do you remember London? Because how many years ago was that when we were on top of a double-decker bus? That was Queensrÿche, wasn't it? Yeah, it was Queensrÿche.
Late 91.
Was it that long ago?
It was that long ago, yeah.
So it's been 4 years or something since Empire.
It was a black double-decker bus, wasn't it?
Was it? Well, actually, it wasn't black, but we just had to... we told everybody...
The weather was black.
Exactly. And so was all the food there that we ate in London. But, I mean... When you spend so much time without a record coming out, do you kind of pay attention to the way the music is going, or does it really not matter because you're just going to do your own record anyway?
The latter is the answer.
Had you been listening to any of the stuff that's happened in music in the past 4 years? Because it's been going through some kind of weird changes.
We actually listened to quite a few different things, so personally I haven't, no.
Now, is this something that's been taken 4 years to write, the new record?
Well, we were touring for almost 2 years for Empire, and then we took a year off where we just really disconnected from the music industry and didn't do anything kind of relating to Queensrÿche. So spent a year on this project. You could say, I suppose, we had our heads in the sand for a while.
Yeah, the new record is called Promised Land, and it comes out Tuesday, and we're going to be back here with Queensrÿche in Seattle as the Headbangers Ball continues. We're hanging out in Seattle with Queensrÿche, and the new record Promised Land comes out Tuesday. And right now we're in what I guess is like a place for you guys to rehearse, right?
That's right. And I really feel it's necessary to point something out to you and the viewers. Ricky, come on over here. This is the general area where I sort of make noise over here. And I want you to look and count the number of speakers right here.
These would be your monitors.
These are
right
my
here,
monitors.
So you
okay.
can hear.
That's right. So I can hear.
Right.
Now let's go back across the room over here. This is where Michael stands. Okay, over here, and notice the amount of speakers that Michael has, okay?
And Eddie.
And Eddie. Oh, that's right. They have to share. They're sharing speakers. Okay, back here, this is Scott, who makes the most noise of all. That's how many speakers he has. Now, as we come to the center of the rehearsal room...
This is where Jeff would be.
It would be apparent that someone in the band has a hearing problem or something like that.
He's got
Why?
this right here behind him.
Look at all these speakers. I mean, here, here, here.
And then if that's enough.
And perhaps, you know, Jeff could explain to all of us why all of the speakers in the room are pointing at Jeff, because none of us really understand.
I like it loud. That's all I can say.
We're going to be back with more Headbangers Ball with Queensrÿche after this. Welcome back to the Headbangers Ball. We're in Seattle at the place that Queensrÿche is rehearsing. And how much time does Queensrÿche actually spend rehearsing now that the record is done?
About an hour.
I mean, an hour would be a month, day?
An hour would be a lot of time.
I mean, an hour and how much? An hour a day? An hour a year?
We show up at 3, leave at 8, and rehearse for an hour. Well,
60 minutes to an hour, I would say.
Yeah, and then we just drink coffee.
All right. Well, you know, it's something I noticed about Seattle. When I went to a place and I tried to get a cup of coffee, they're like, this is coffee. We have cafe latte or cappuccino. You can't get a cup of coffee in Seattle. Is it like the...
It depends.
Is that because of you guys?
Well, yeah, I mean, that's... Hello?
Ricky, would you get that for us?
They're delivering coffee. Okay, so Tuesday the record comes out. It's called Promised Land. And if you don't know how to ask for it by name, you don't know how to say Queensrÿche Promised Land, just say...
I want the Totem Pole album.
And look, there's Waldo. You couldn't see him. There's Waldo. Right there. So this is what the record is going to look like, right?
Yeah, that's it. This is the front cover, and this is the inside cover with the lyrics and all the...
Of course, the CD version is quite a bit smaller.
Yeah, it's actually...
this is the CD version. No, it is. This folds up to be the CD. Remember, guys?
And does it come with Nail in the Head guy in every issue?
It has Nail in the Head guy in every issue.
And you also released some of these on vinyl, right?
Vinyl? What's that?
Vinyl. It's this big black thing with a hole in the middle. It smells really good.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, we did
Like a used condom.
something. I don't know how many,
Actually, we're
Ricky.
doing
Not many.
Controller versions and sending out...
78 version of
yeah,
that?
you crank the thing and it gouges a big thing.
8-track.
It comes off a 9-volt, I think.
Something like that.
Actually, it's a collector's edition.
Which of the many ones? The vinyl
It's
edition?
vinyl, so if you're going to get one, get it
Because don't you
quickly.
kinda like vinyl? I mean, don't you miss vinyl, sort of?
I do. I actually plugged in my record player the other day for the first time in about 8 years.
And you like the starting of it when it goes...
Yeah, I like all the kind of sound that comes with the record.
I still get that on my CD player, but that's just because I didn't clean it. We're going to be back with more Queensrÿche from Seattle as the Headbangers Ball continues. Oh my God, she married who? We're here in Seattle with Queensrÿche, and this is the rehearsal studio. Now that the record is done, I assume that the rehearsal schedule is because of upcoming tour plans, correct?
That is correct. We'll be assaulting the globe, actually, Ricky, sometime soon. Months from now, actually.
Are you going to be starting in America?
I don't think so. I think we're going to go to Asia and Europe, or perhaps just Europe, or perhaps other locations as yet even unknown to the band. We're not quite sure. But the States, probably late winter '95.
Okay, now the record comes out Tuesday. It's called Promised Land. And I listened to the record, and there's certain songs that, like Disconnected, for instance. That song even reminded me like that could have almost been a song on Operation Mindcrime. I mean, well, this is my opinion. Take it for whatever it's worth, which we already know. But what's your feeling on, like, is there like a direction, like a string, like Operation Mindcrime, that everything is connected, or
well,
no?
It's kind of a thematic album, yeah, in the sense that the theme is really dark and very introspective. It all deals with sort of discovering yourself.
And was there a certain song that like meant a lot to you? That was a part of your life?
Yeah, all of it. Every single thing you hear.
Okay, we're going to talk more about Queensrÿche, more of the songs on the new album. Remember, it comes out Tuesday. It's called Promised Land. And there's a new video already.
There is.
I Am I. Are we playing it tonight? We're going to be premiering it tonight. It's so new, you will even see it. They finished it yesterday, and it's done today. For you, tonight. So stay tuned. You'll see the new Queensrÿche. The
Door of Wisdom.
Door of Wisdom, and what am I learning? So far I've learned that somewhere on this door and somewhere in the Queensrÿche album, there's some symbol of a nail in a guy's head, and I'm not exactly sure what that means. Elaborate. What does the nail in the head mean?
Jeff could probably explain that better.
Jeff, the nail in the head.
It's sort of a way of getting into one's mind.
Through Tools, hardware.
Or pain.
Household goods.
And remember, kids, you better tell them at home, because the last thing you want is the kids hammering nails in their heads.
Don't do this at home.
Yes, that's nothing that we preach. And we are going to be playing the new video. Is there something you can tell me about the new video?
Well, actually, if you kind of focus the camera right here, this is kind of what the
Monopoly?
new video looks like.
Oh, I thought it was...
Oh, it's this right here.
Oh, damn, don't show that. Or it's a get-out-of-jail-free thing. We're going to be playing IMI, the new Queensrÿche video, and we're going to be talking a lot about the record. We're hanging out with Queensrÿche in Seattle throughout the entire show. And right now, we will be back with more Queensrÿche in Seattle.
Alcatraz Island.
Headbangers Ball is now hanging out at a coffee house in Seattle with Queensrÿche. Ooh, a coffee house where you can order a cup of coffee. You can order this. What's this, Jeff?
This is an Americano, which is my beverage of choice.
Which is what?
It's just very strong espresso and water.
And that's what?
Macchiato, which
What kind of a glass that? That looks like a little, like, you play tea party or something?
is delicate like
Hold
you.
your pinky out. Yeah, you gotta do the old...
And you decided to just sip from the ashtray.
Yeah, I'm waiting for my coffee, along with yours.
You know, in just a little bit, we're going to have the premiere of IMI, which is the new Queensrÿche video from Promised Land, which is out in your store near you Tuesday. Now, Chris, if you notice, isn't with us. And Chris is where?
Chris is on his way up. Where is he? Portland. Chris is on his way to Portland, picking up the.
He's not here?
Hold on a second. Nope, he's not here. Because Chris is going to be...
Well, he's on his way to Portland to pick up the plane that we're going to use to get to our release party tonight.
So he is going to fly each and every one of you into this, there's, I guess, hopefully his landing strip at this museum. We're having the record release party tonight. Have you flown with Chris much?
Yeah, I've flown a couple times, and he's good. He's really safe. He's very cautious, very meticulous. Goes through all the checks and everything. So.
There's all the checks like, okay,
You know,
it's two wings, right? Two wings?
He is a very... It's unlike his driving skills. No, he's a safe driver, too. But
So then you're going to be landing at the museum where they've got 1,500 headphones.
That's right, 1,500. We're going to count them all to make sure that they didn't jip us out of a few.
That's my job.
It is? Okay.
Yeah.
Can you let us know?
Well, I can only count to 100, so actually I'm going to need help from you guys. But this is a great idea for a record listening party, because sometimes if you go to these things, I mean, people rarely listen to the record. They're running around getting drinks or whatever, and here everybody is, and a lot of these people are really fans, right?
Yeah, they're mostly fans who, through our fan club, were contacted that this is an opportunity. If they want to hear the record, they sign up, so they did.
And it seems to me that this record wasn't released to a lot of people in advance. A lot of times, you know, we all hear the records before they come out. And I mean, up until today was the first day that I heard any of the new Queensrÿche record. Was this, like, done intentionally, or?
what, to wait so long?
Or maybe just keep the record from me? Or was it, because a lot of people haven't heard the new Queensrÿche record, right?
Basically, yeah. And, you know, we don't even have copies of our new record yet. But, yeah, it'll be out soon. Tuesday.
Excited? I mean, you guys nervous? I mean, we're talking about Tuesday. It's just a couple days away from the record coming out. And the record buying public has been very different these last few years. You know, you used to have a record that would sell 5 million records, guaranteed your record would sell great. Now people want quality, which I think the new Queensrÿche record is. Are you a little bit nervous, though?
Actually, I'm pretty wired, Ricky.
Let me ask somebody that isn't drinking caffeine.
How do you know it's quality? Because you haven't heard it yet.
I did hear it today. I heard it today.
Okay.
And I gave it the best test, in my opinion, the car stereo test.
How many Ricky Rockmans did we get?
How many what?
How many Ricky?
Yeah,
how many R's?
We get 4 R's, 5 R's.
7.
You know what? I'll figure out I got to figure out what the R thing is. Like, in a 1 to what? 1 to 5 R's?
Sure.
We'll give you the R thing, like, a little bit later. Stay tuned. Cool. More Headbangers Ball. Yes, for a cup of coffee in Seattle, you get these little Susie teacup coffee things like that.
Well done.
It tastes like something that came out of there.
I mean, it's just beautiful the way they lay out. You know,
Look, it looks like little Queensrÿche almost. Look.
What is that?
That's what it's supposed to be. Yeah.
That's
yeah.
crazy.
Yeah, it's the album cover. Floating.
Actually, this was the inspiration for the album cover.
It happened just like this,
just like
right?
this, yeah.
A night just like tonight at the Lux Coffee Bar.
15 of these.
Yeah,
We could take on the world.
Lost in the front. There's Lux Coffee.
And there he is.
No solicitor.
See how convenient it is? Watch this, one more time. At the Lux Coffee Bar.
At the Lux Coffee Bar.
Okay, you got your plug in, now leave us alone. Now we'll do it. Okay, now take the cap off. Okay, let's finish where we were. We're about to premiere the new Queensrÿche video. Now, we were talking to some of the other guys, and they were saying, actually, it was you, Jeff. There was other guys, Chris, and saying that it was a very introspective record. Usually, I don't listen to lyrics, or I listen to them, I just don't understand them. But, I just listen to the drum bass.
Are you for real?
No. But I read the lyrics this time. No, I'm not for real. But I read the lyrics this time, and the song Bridge, I think a lot of people, a lot of guys are probably going to be relate to. I mean, this was a very heavy song.
Yeah, I didn't write that one.
Chris did, and he isn't here. Wait, listen, Hart.
Talk about him since
Chris
he's
is
not
in
here.
Portland. Someone's
Chris isn't here. Okay, well, let's tell. It's about his guppy, okay? And since he isn't here, I think a lot of people are going to be, but a lot of the songs are, I mean, deal with some heavy issues, right? Jump in anytime you want. Just say yes, Ricky. They
It does
do.
deal with personal issues, but
Other than just the froth here at the Lex Coffee Bar.
well, we
We tried to talk about the froth as well, but yeah, it's a lot of sort of self-analysis, you know, relationship songs dealing with.
Things that happen in the course of one's life.
Yeah.
internal garbage.
And then trying
collecting.
to... Yeah, that's it.
Sorting through the trash, looking for the
Spewing it
fine
out.
things.
Did it feel, I mean, you were coming off your first, like, was Silent Lucidity #1? Yeah, it was the #1. Was there any pressure coming off a #1 song? I mean, did you say, like, okay, is there a song on this that's going to be our Silent Lucidity?
No.
Because it sounded to me like on Empire there were more like sort of singles, you know what I mean? Like a lot of songs were really made. And here it seems like you guys are really kind of be taking more risks. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, that was sort of the idea going into the record, is that we didn't want to do what we'd done before. We wanted to try something more left of center, I suppose, than what we had done on the last album. I think there's still a lot of, I don't know, I'm not a very good judge on what a single is. I never thought Silent Lucidity would be a single that would do anything amazing, but it did. So maybe you could ask Scott.
Right now, wait, we're going to play the video. We'll come back and talk to you guys because nobody's seen this yet. This is IMI. This is Queensrÿche. New Queensrÿche. It's out in your store. It's called Promised Land. Comes out Tuesday. And here it is. We're here in Seattle, and in just a little bit they're going to get on a plane flown by Chris DeGarmo. If they come back, or I'm sorry, when they come back, we're going to be at the record release party where 1,500 fans are going to be listening to the new record on headphones. They will be hearing it before you will hear it. In order for you to hear it, go get it. It comes out Tuesday. How's that? Did that sound convincing? Did that sound convincing enough?
That killed me.
I can sleep.
Now tell me, do you feel, you know, do you get kind of, I don't know, road, like just wishing you were back out on the road, spending a lot of time at home?
Yes.
Because you spent a lot of time with Empire, you spent a lot of time on the road.
Yeah, we spent about 15 months on the road. We would like to do that again on this one.
Do you write songs wondering what they're going to be like live?
No.
Like, is every song that's basically on this record, I mean...
We're still trying to figure out how to play these songs live.
Right. Because when we go into the studio, we never think about live. We just think about doing a good record, something that pleases us musically. And then when we get done with it, we have to figure out how to play it.
Because there's certain songs, I think it's on IMI, that I don't know if it's strings, but it sounds like strings. It's some sort... Is it a string section, or...?
Actually, on that song, Chris played cello and violin and sitar. And Scott played an enormous amount of sort of world percussion instruments and bottles.
The beers of the world, bottles.
Beers of the world. But I had to drink them first to get them empty so they'd sound good.
Exactly, and that's the only way to make it sound that true thing. And sitar, same thing.
True. Yeah, Chris stuck a little red dot here in the middle of his head and sat on a pillow and burned some incense. And
Now to do something like that live, are you going to have cellos and stuff like that, or you think, because I think when people hear that first song, which 9:28 a.m. really isn't necessarily a song, but when people first hear that song, I mean, that's, for people that are wondering if it's going to be heavy or Queensrÿche like they liked on some of the other stuff, that song's pretty heavy, I mean, right?
It's very heavy, I think. It's probably one of the heaviest things we've ever done.
Really? Well, the record, once again, is called Promised Land. I was looking for it on the cover, and it's not there.
On the cover. It's right there.
Oh, that's right. I could have seen it. It was hiding underneath the letters. It was hiding underneath the letters Promised Land. That's why I couldn't see where it said Promised Land. And they got the Queensrÿche sort of in like a totem pole thing out of wood. What does that symbolize?
Whatever you want.
Okay. Makes me think of dinner. So we're going to go eat dinner. They're going to get on a plane. They're going to fly back. We're going to be with 1,500 people with headphones listening to the Queensrÿche record at a museum of aviation or something.
Like a huge building filled with airplanes.
That's why it'd be a good flight museum, because it's filled with airplanes. We're going to be there. Queensrÿche's going to be there. They're going to go with Chris right now and land. And I'm going to take the bus. We'll see you. Stay tuned for more Headbangers Ball with Queensrÿche. Okay, so tell us the truth. So tell us the truth. How did he cut it as being a pilot?
Oh, he's great. He's great.
Where's Chris?
He's doing his...
He's not here yet.
So have you even seen the inside? Because there were just like lines all the way around the block.
Is that good or bad?
Huh?
Is that good or bad?
It's a good thing. But you know what the funny thing is? I don't know if the cameras caught it or not, but right now, Chris is in a golf cart and they're driving him up right now to put him inside of the plane to make it look like, okay, now he's walking in through one door, out the back, to look like he actually flew the plane. So how was the flight, Chris?
How was the flight?
How was the flight?
You gotta push it in with. Exhilarating. It was an exhilarating flight, Ricky.
The people that most people were asking with the flight, did he serve? Did he serve honey roasted nuts?
You ever see that movie Alive?
Okay, let's say. I'm just curious. I'm just curious. Let's just say Chris flew you guys here. Queensrÿche did go down in the Andes. Who would be the first one to go? Jeff.
Eddie.
Okay. Now we're gonna go inside and stay tuned. We got more Headbangers Ball with Queensrÿche. Headbangers Ball. We're in Washington right now. Now this room, until a couple of minutes ago, was very quiet. Everybody that's in this room right now has got headphones on. These are all 1,500 Queensrÿche fans with 1,500 pair of headphones, all listening to the brand new album Promised Land, which comes out Tuesday. These people have never heard it. And look, like right over here. This I would say would be a Queensrÿche fan, right? You got the tattoo and everything. What are you thinking about the new record?
Oh, I'm loving it. It is.
I mean, look.
It is intense.
I guess you could qualify as being a Queensrÿche fan. Now, this is your first time hearing any of this stuff, right?
Except for IMI, they played on the radio.
Right. What do you think about some of the new stuff?
Intense.
Really?
It's definitely not Empire, but it still rocks. Just
Now, not being Empire, would that be good? Do you think it's almost more towards the older stuff, a little bit heavier, like the first song, for instance, sounds a little bit more like Mindcrime?
yeah, it is a little bit heavier, but I love it all just the same.
All right. So you think this is going to be a huge record for Queensrÿche?
Absolutely.
So from what you guys have heard so far, what do you think about the new Queensrÿche record? I guess from Washington, that'd be a good review so far. We'll be back with more Headbangers Ball from Washington with Queensrÿche. I got to take these off because I keep them on. I'll be screaming at you. So check it out. Like I said before, they got 1,500 headphones all over the place, and people all over this. This is like an aviation museum, the Boeing Museum of Flight. There's people everywhere, just like all these people right here, just sitting here listening to the brand new Queensrÿche for the first time. Remember, the record comes out Tuesday. It's called Promised Land. What do you think about the record so far? Just say yeah.
Yeah.
What do you think about the new Queensrÿche record?
Great stuff. Every song, great.
Surprised?
No, I'm not surprised at all.
Really?
Seattle.
And any of the songs that like really stuck out so far?
The second one.
What was that?
Lady Jane was pretty bad.
So that's pretty cool. That I mean, you guys have all been listening to the record for the first time, and everybody's got like a different song that you're really digging. And what was this that they gave you here when you walked in?
I guess it's a CD cover, I guess, with all the lyrics in it.
Yep, that's CD cut, so it's got the lyrics.
Yep,
So you can like all check
absolutely.
it out for the first time.
Pink Floyd of the 90s, man.
You think so?
Absolutely.
Is that a compliment?
Oh, yeah, big time.
Okay.
I hope so. I hope
Okay.
so.
Well, stick around. We've got more from Washington with Queensrÿche, and right now we're going to play older Queensrÿche. This is Eyes of a Stranger. Headbangers Ball on location in Seattle, Washington. This is the Queensrÿche record listening party, and I guess rather than reading any kind of stupid reviews that some stupid critics write, this is the way that you can really find out what people think about because these are like the people that are fans of Queensrÿche, and they heard the record, and what's the response that you've been hearing so far? No, I didn't want an autograph. I'll get that later.
Do you want to sign? What's the response?
Yeah.
The response has been, I think,
What did you guys think about the new record?
It's great. Yeah. Absolutely.
excellent.
And you're gonna go out and buy it this Tuesday, right?
Oh yeah, you bet.
Thanks, guys.
So everybody, pretty much, you know, you get to ask people. These are the people that buy the record, what they think. Everybody's saying good stuff.
Yes, they said it was better than Cats.
Better than Cat.
Better than Cats.
Okay, so we heard that. That'll be one review. We'll make that as a good review. So Jeff, right now you're hanging out with the people that listen to the record. These aren't the stupid critics that write the reviews. These are the people that buy the record. And what's the response people have gotten so far?
A lot of question marks.
Question marks?
Yeah.
So far we heard Better Than Cats as a review.
Well, Better Than Cats is good.
What would you guys think? You guys just heard the new Queensrÿche. What do you think?
Oh, it's fantastic.
Yeah, any songs that stuck out in your mind?
That was wonderful. The first couple were really good. Yeah, IMI was great.
IMI? Yeah, one thing, it was neat, the people that we talked to, everybody had like a different song that they liked.
Well, that's good. It's a varied album.
Okay, well, thanks again.
Ricky Rocky from MTV.
He knows. He asked me if I was Kennedy. So listen, we're about to leave right now. You've been talking to these people. What have people been telling you so far about the new Queensrÿche record?
Well, some of them have been telling us about their children. They're expectant, you know.
So basically, they come up, they ask Queensrÿche questions. They ask you questions about raising children.
That's right.
They said, Chris, could you tune up my car?
That's right. There hasn't been much chat about the band, really. It's been all kinds of stuff about... no, it seems as everybody likes it.
What do you guys think about the new Queensrÿche record?
Outrageous.
Any songs that you heard that you really liked that stuck out?
I like them all pretty much.
There's 4 or 5 of them that I really like.
4 or 5? What do you think? You're the one probably asking him about raising kids, right?
Oh, yes, I am.
Well, once again, we want to thank Queensrÿche. Remember, the record comes out this Tuesday. It is called
Promised Land.
The video is called
IMI.
And we played it tonight on Headbangers Ball, and I'm sure you'll see it again. So that's it. Stay tuned, because we've got just a little bit more on tonight's Headbangers Ball. Headbangers Ball on location in Washington at the Boeing Museum of Flight. In between, right here, you've got one of your F-18s, and right over here, you've got one of your folding up wing F9, F8 Cougars. Sure it is. You don't know the difference. Actually, come here. Watch. Come here. Look. Aha! You thought I made it up, didn't you? Hey, check it out. Here's something that I'm not making up. Good segue. Megadeth. We're talking about Megadeth right now. Next week on the Headbangers Ball, Megadeth's got a new album out. I think it's coming out about Halloween. We're going to talk, or kind of show you a little behind the scenes of the making of the new Megadeth album. Then come about the weekend of Halloween, we've got a special Night of the Living Megadeth thing, and you'll have to watch that on the Headbangers Ball. So basically, we've actually got, I think, 3 or 4 weeks of Headbangers Ball, not to be preempted by any cartoons. Who would have thought? So watch next week. We're going to show you behind the scenes of Megadeth. Then come Halloween weekend, we have got a big Megadeth party, so it's going to be fun. New Queensrÿche record, Promised Land, comes out Tuesday. Check it out. There's a song called Bridge, and you should read the lyrics. It's a pretty heavy song. And Disconnected, which I liked, which kind of reminded me a little bit of Operation Mindcrime. Anyway, there's about 1,500 people all around this place listening with headphones to the new Queensrÿche record and walking around. Everybody's been saying some really, really good stuff. Stick around. We got more Headbangers Ball coming from the Boeing Museum of Flight. That's about it for tonight's Headbangers Ball, coming to you from the Boeing Museum of Flight. And back there, that's one of your Boeing Super Fortress planes. Personally, me being up in the air with anything that's called Boeing doesn't make too much sense. But you know what does make sense? Next Saturday's Headbangers Ball, because it will be filled with all sorts of stuff, and filled with me and all sorts of stuff. I want to thank some people. I want to thank Queensrÿche. They were definitely great hosts. I want to thank Chris for buying us dinner. I want to thank Mike Schnapp for getting us all here, all the people from EMI, all the guys from Queensrÿche. They're definitely always good hosts. Now, the new record comes out Tuesday. It's called Promised Land. I asked 1,500 of these strange, deranged people from Washington what they thought, and they really, really dug it. And if these people liked it, I guarantee you will like it even more than they will. So go out, get the record. It's called Promised Land. It's a new Queensrÿche record. You saw the video, IMI. They're going to be working on a new video. I think it's going to be for Bridge, but I'm not sure, because I'm cold and I want to go home. Thank you for watching tonight's Headbangers Ball from the Boeing Museum of Flight in Seattle, Washington. I'm Ricky Rackman. Remember to keep one foot in the gutter, one fist in the gold. And as Paul Harvey would say, good day.